Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Top eBay Sports Cards Sales of the Week, Junk Wax Edition. We recap the previous week's top 5 sports card sales from football, hockey, baseball, and basketball. The specific criteria for cards to get considered for this list can be found in the description below. Let's get started. Alright, starting off with football in the number 5 position. From 1989 score, we have Deion Sanders rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $1,802. This is a record for a PSA 10 as the previous high was $1,000. There were actually 3 cards that sold this week for over that record. One for $1,650 and actually 2 at this $1,802 mark. Boxes of 1989 score go for around $1,750 for uncertified and $2,500 if you want a BBCE certified box. In the number 4 position, from 1987 Topps, we have Jerry Rice graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $2,995. There's also another record sale of a PSA 10 this week of $2,551. This card has a pop of 344 in a PSA 10, and you can find boxes of 1987 Topps for around $300 online. In the number 3 position, from 1988 Topps, we have Bo Jackson's rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $3,050, which is a record for a PSA 10 from last week's high of $1,986. This card in a PSA 10 has a pop of 523, and you can find boxes of 1988 Topps for around $200 online. In the number 2 position, from 1989 score, we have Barry Sanders rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $3,100, which is the 5th highest sale of a PSA 10, as the record is $3,720. And as mentioned before, boxes of 1989 score go for around $1,750 or $2,500 if you want it certified. And in the number 1 position, from 1990 score supplemental, we have Emmitt Smith's rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for a record $6,300, as the high from last week was $4,350. These 1990 score supplemental sets are selling for around $375 online. The total of the top 5 junk wax football cards this week was $17,247, which was down a bit from last week's total of almost $24,000, but still pretty strong and the second highest total since we've been keeping track. And moving on to hockey in the number 5 position, from 1991 Upper Deck French, we have the 50-50 Club card with Wayne Gretzky, Brett Hall, and Mario Lemieux on it. This card was graded a BGS Pristine 10 and is sold for $425. The subgrades of this 10 just had a 9.5 for centering, and this card has a pop of 1 with no higher black labels. And for reference, the 50-50 Club is for those who score 50 goals within the first 50 games of the season, and it's a pretty elite club. You can find boxes of 1991 Upper Deck French for around $60 to $70 online. And then number 4 position, from 1990 Score Canadian Edition, we have the Martin Brodeur rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $477, which is a record, and 2 actually sold this week for over $400, and the previous high was $275 for a PSA 10. This card has a pop of 574. You can find boxes of 1990 Score Canadian for $15 to $20 online. In the number 3 position, from 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premier, we have the Jaromir Jagr rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $669, which is short of the record high of $735 from a couple weeks ago. This card in a PSA 10 has a pop of 2,746, and boxes of 1990 O-Pee-Chee Premier sell for around $500 to $600 now online. In the number 2 position, from 1991 O-Pee-Chee Premier, we have the Nicklas Lidstrom rookie card graded in a pristine BGS 10. This card sold for $788, and the subgrades are 10s with a 9.5 for surface. This card has a pop of 27 with no higher black labels. You can find boxes of 91 O-Pee-Chee Premier for $15 to $20 online. And in the number 1 position from 1989 O-Pee-Chee, we have the Joe Sakic rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for a record $828. The previous high was $810 from January 25th. This card in the PSA 10 has a pop of 237, and boxes of 1989 O-Pee-Chee can be found for around $150 online. The total of the top 5 junk wax hockey cards this week was $3,187, which is down quite a bit from the last few weeks. Moving on to baseball, in the number 5 position from 1987 O-Pee-Chee, we have the Barry Bonds rookie card graded at BGS 9. This card sold for $1,400. The subgrades of this BGS 9 are all 9.5s with an 8.5 for surface. This card has a pop of 67 with 114 cards graded higher, and there are 5 10s but no black labels. You can find boxes of 1987 O-Pee-Chee for around $300 online. In the number 4 position from 1987 Leaf, we have the Greg Maddux rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for a record $1,987. The previous high was $1,650 from late January of this year. This card has a pop of 478, and boxes of 1987 Leaf can be found for around $225. In the number 3 position from 1991 Upper Deck, we have the Michael Jordan SP1 graded in a PSA 10. This card has been going up quite a bit recently and sold for a record $2,299. There was actually 3 other cards that sold above $2,000 this week, and the previous high from a couple weeks ago was only $1,825. This card has a pop of 1,345, and you can find boxes of 1991 Upper Deck Low Series for around $75 online. In the number 2 position from 1992 Bowman, we have the Mariano Rivera rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $2,100, which would be a record for this card in a PSA 10 as the previous high was $1,440. Boxes of 1992 Bowman can be found for around $400 or $500 online. And in the number 1 spot from 1989 Upper Deck, we have the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $6,200. There was actually 2 cards that sold for over $6,000 this week, with another one selling for $6,025. The previous high from a couple weeks ago was just over $5,850. This card in a PSA 10 has a pop of 3,905 and growing. Boxes of 1989 Upper Deck can be found online for around $400 for uncertified and $800 if you want a BBCE certified box. The total of the top 5 junk wax baseball cards this week was $13,986, which is down a little bit from last week's total of $16,500, but still a real strong showing for baseball. And finishing off with basketball in the number 5 position from 1992 Topps Archives, we have the Shaquille O'Neal rookie card gold graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $2,999. There was actually another card that sold for $2,150 this week, with both of these sales really eclipsing the previous high of just $660. This card in a PSA 10 has a pop of $125. Boxes of 1992 Topps Archives can be found for $250 to $300 online, and the gold cards are randomly inserted. In the number 4 position from 1992 Topps Stadium Club, we have the Shaquille O'Neal rookie card Beam Team graded in a PSA 9. This card sold for $3,000, which would be a record high for a PSA 9 as the previous high was $2,250. This card has a pop of 802 with 109 higher graded 10s, and boxes of 1992 Topps Stadium Club Series 2 are selling for around $1,000 online. In the number 3 position from 1989 Fleer, we have Michael Jordan graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for a record $3,875, besting last week's record of $3,650. This card in a PSA 10 has a pop of 965, and boxes of 1989 Fleer are selling for $1,200 online uncertified, and BBCE certified boxes are going for upwards of $1,500. In the number 2 position from 1992 Topps Stadium Club, we have Michael Jordan's Beam Team graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $8,600, which is the second highest sale of this card, as the record is $10,000. This card has a fairly low pop of only 96, and as mentioned before, boxes of 1992 Topps Stadium Club Series 2 are selling for around $1,000 online. And in the number 1 position, from 1992 Topps, we have Shaquille O'Neal's Rookie Card Gold Edition, graded in a PSA 10. This card sold for $11,999. The previous high was just under $9,000, but 2 additional cards actually broke that record this week, with one selling for $9,600 and one selling for $10,000. This card in a PSA 10 has a pop of 450. Boxes of 1992 Topps Series 2 sell for around $900 online. All of the top 5 junk wax basketball cards this week was $30,473, which is down from last week's total of over $46,000, but it's actually the second highest total we've had since we started keeping track, so a strong week for basketball again this week. And the junk wax grand total from all 4 sports this week was $64,893. This is down from last week's total of just under $100,000, but it's a really strong showing and is actually the second highest total since we've been keeping track. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. In addition, hit that bell icon and get notifications so you don't miss out on any of our future great content.